talking about a license which requires that if you use this code, your version also needs to be public. So if you have ChatGPT generate some code for you and then you use it with a more restrictive license saying that nobody else can use this code and you can profit from it, that could be violating the license of the code that ChatGPT trained on that it gave you your response of. It's clear that there is an issue around this because GitHub Copilot, in their terms of use, have a clause that says that if you use GitHub Copilot and you disallow public code samples from being included in the training set, then GitHub will defend you in court if somebody makes a claim that you violated license by using code from GitHub Copilot. I think it's so interesting that they did that. I think there's still issues around this that are kind of unaddressed. But I think it's very informative that GitHub has this option to exclude the public code, and that will also defend you in court if you do it this way. Meta, formerly known as Facebook, released their Code Llama, which is similar to GitHub Copilot. And I was looking in their agreement for if they address this issue of rights laundering, if like GitHub, they'll defend you in court or whatever. And I did not find that, but what I did find was in Section 5, Intellectual Property, subsection C. It says, if you institute litigation or other proceedings against Meta or any entity alleging that the Llama materials or Llama 2 outputs or results constitutes infringement of intellectual property, then any licenses granted to you shall terminate as the date as such litigation or claim is filed. So they don't talk about whether or not if they'll defend somebody who used it, but they will say that anybody who makes a claim that there's any license violation or rights laundering done by Llama, that anybody who makes that claim immediately uses the right to use the tool. So that just cracked me up.